Good catch, man. I was muted. I was muted. Let me know how the music sounds in the background. Now you can actually hear me. But yeah, another brother, a brother from another mother, and a different father. That's what's up. Wait, it's still muted? No, I should be good now, right? Should be good now. Mr. Adele. It's funny. You know what I can't accept? My streaming configuration is really finicky. And like, if I don't get things right, my main monitor will be running at 60 frames as opposed to 144 hertz. And 60 looks like ass compared to 144. Such a pain. Like, it's fun on the stream because you're not going to notice it, but dude. You see that? This is a 60. And I'm not happy about 60. Because usually I have this trick where I can work at 144 and it will capture it whatever it needs to. Let me think around for a moment. Yeah, 60 is inexcusable. I can literally feel the lag as I drag move around. Let me turn around, turn off, and reconnect some monitors. Maybe that'll help it. Nope. Goes back down to 60. Hmm. If I just reboot my main system, maybe it will become happy. Quadruple to go from 60 to 144. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's so much smoother. Sure. Yeah, once you go past 120, it's definitely hard to tell the difference. But going from 60 to 120, especially from 60 to 144, dude, I can't. Okay, that looks promising. Let's see it. If I'm gonna do 60, I'm gonna freak. No. Good, it's been fixed. Oh, so much better, dude. Oh my god. There's a bit of animation bug. Alright, good. So good to know. So reboot fixes that problem. Excellent. Excellent. Most excellent. He's 540. Yeah, I don't think there are games out there that can do 540, so. Alright. Good news that Chrome remember all my windows, so coming back is easy enough. Minimum rack for at least 4090 of the next 5000 series. Oh, what do we have here? A bunch of updates. Sure. I mean, yeah. Well, like once you start really digging into the refresh rate and all that, there's a lot of weirdness to it. Like, you'd think it'd be like as simple as like match the refresh rate of the monitor and you're good, but it always gets tricky. But yeah. I mean, you gotta love these updates. 200 megabytes update, and then has to re-expand and update 40 gigs. The power of diffing. Draken saying. Let's see, did I play it? Somehow don't remember if I actually played this or not. Did I? No, I haven't. I've downloaded it, but I didn't actually play it. I don't see any playtime 1 minute. There better be a chick like that in the game, otherwise I'm gonna be disappointed. I don't think I played it. I think I have. Or maybe I downloaded just to see why people don't like it. Oh, it looks like it's like an older game. It's a free-to-play game, okay. Yeah, I never knew about this game, honestly. If anything, I'm more likely to play PFXL 2 on a controller. Dude, I played it with a mouse yesterday. My hand was hurting for like half a day after that. The carpal tunnel that game gives you is no joke. Yes, you see, now this just feels smooth. Well, I'm not particularly happy about this random spam. Oh, let us turn off information. The Witcher 4 cinematic release that I watched, I think I've seen clips of that. But I'm gonna pass. Absolutely pass. Look kind of nasty and gross. It's like, why would you want to take pretty women and then turn them into like scowling, angry creatures? Shit, dude. No, thank you. I did not grow up in the West. Not my thing. Man, I wish I knew how to draw such a clear font. Now I just build my own UI, but... Bro, this UI just looks too good. Like, the code underneath it is too object-oriented for my liking, and it heap allocates everywhere like a maniac. But fine, I'll just accept it and move on. And complain about it later. Alright. It's time to do the actual item moving. So first I need to change this thing to be item slot. Am I planning to add like cutscenes to the game? No. No. I don't think so. I don't want to. I just don't like cutscenes as a matter of principles. Because cutscenes like cuts your experience, like it interrupts your experience and takes you a completely different place. Kind of keeps you there for a bit and then cuts experience again or brings you back to disconnected game reality again. It's much more interesting if it happens like in the same environment without like interruption. It's the same reason why when you look at the like your equipment here, once it works, I don't show like a separate guy here because I want the character in the center to be the thing. Because otherwise it's like, video game is not about watching movies. I mean, if you like watching movies and play video game, just play Indiana Jones, then you'll be fine. Because that at least makes sense. But, like, why would you cut your experience away from this angle to like a different angle? Like, I disagree. Plus, it's kind of like that Game Award show. It's like, dude, like 9% of the content just like generated movies. It's like, dude, who cares? Who cares? Cutscenes what you do when you have money to waste and you just need to pay somebody to do some kind of work. So it's like, right guys, we already hired you, so might as well go do some, make some videos for us. It's like, dude, it's pointless. Also, I don't think people care about the setting of the game all that much anyway. Like, it's very rare that the setting of the game is that interesting to be cool. Look at the flipping head over heels. Bam! I'll take that over a cutscene. If anything, whatever I do, I'd rather do like game storyline telling through actions, like in the game content. Yeah, but say a thing that rendered the whole thing doesn't particularly mean anything. It's like, sure, you can take something and then just kind of slowly buff up the quality so it runs like 1 second, 1 frame a second. And then you capture each one and then you, out of that, you manually create a video. It's like, dude, that still happens most of the time. It just doesn't matter. Some games did that differently. Like there was one game that was called... because some games allow you to have your own outfits and whatever weapons you have and equipment you have. I want to show up in the videos. In that case, it's fine. It still is better. What was the game called? I played it pretty hard. I think I played it even on Steam. What was it called? It was something about like almost like a mafia game. You're like leading a gang. Saints Row. Yeah. Now, Saints Row did have cutscenes, especially the third was the best by far. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Saints Row the third was great. In this one, your cutscenes wouldn't actually be pre-generated. Instead, it would just kind of... you would actually have it. Yeah, I mean, if you do that, it's something. But even so, like, dude, it's... I think it's stupid. It misses the whole principle. It's like much better to do something that cuts together that way. Like, for example, Half-Life 2 was a perfect example of that. Like, were any cutscenes in Half-Life 2? No. It did a whole bunch of like exposition, discussion, all that, but they made it like as part of your game, as part of your camera. That's it. They only had like very beginning introduction and very, very beginning. Outside of that, I don't remember any cutscenes at all in Half-Life 2. Because cutscenes a movie, dude. Like, dude, this is a game. It's not a movie. It's stupid. Let me think. Now I'm dealing with the whole big UI library. I have to be like every new little thing customization I do has a cost. It has like a strong mental cost. It's like, oh god, how do I do this thing using their system? Like if anything, I like cutscenes more like completely outside of the game entirely. Like you can just watch like StarCraft 2 trailer completely outside the game. It's kind of okay, but it's just because like it's an interruption. It interrupts your ability to control the game. So it's dude. It's like imagine you're playing the game and suddenly for the next 30 seconds you just couldn't control the character at all because you locked in some kind of animated sequence and just did something for like 30 seconds straight. You're just gonna sit back and just stare and wait. It's like, dude. Just disagree in principle. That said, the people spend so much money and effort into them. Imagine people spend that much effort into gameplay. What kind of games we would have? Dude, I was playing Indiana Jones a couple days ago. It was just like a non-stop movie. You occasionally press buttons, but they're just the game, so at least that I understand. But yeah, there are some exceptions. Like I did enjoy cutscenes in the Persona 5, but that's more because I liked anime and whatnot. But even so, I think it'll be better spent like do it like a different interaction otherwise. Or at least if you're gonna do something like that, you'd still be an interactable cutscene. You know what I mean? So you don't just like blindly watch it, just passively watch it. It'd be like a interactive cutscene where you actually, can take action in that. That would be a different story. Like imagine you had that. Like some games RPGs did like that. For example, like Mass Effect, it would sometimes take control of your camera and like pan over a discussion between you and the other character and so on, and then throughout moment you could still press the button. There would be like a interactive cutscene that you suddenly do something. And not like a minor thing like, oh, if you don't dodge those game laws, you have to restart over. No, it was like you specifically take a different type of action, which like branches the game to different direction. But that's not really called a cutscene at that point. At least that's something interesting. But that is rarely done. Last time I saw it was maybe like Mass Effect 3 or 2. Outside of that, it's a quick action game, I guess that's something, but they're just kind of the whole genre, the whole game was like that. Like Becoming Human Detroit did that. Okay, so there's a dragged item. Also, keep in mind, another thing about making features before is that any feature you develop on, and you spend effort on are the 10 features you do not work on. So we have to be able to think of it in terms of like the opportunity cost of whatever you work on. Yeah, this game. I mean, yeah, that's wow. Did it really do that well? Jesus Christ, I didn't think it was that popular. Like, it was good, yeah, but my lord. 100 caramel. That's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. But at least this was kind of interesting. It was between androids and human, but yeah, it was all like dynamic narration, yeah. Well, I think I played this on PlayStation 4. So did okay then. Not like amazingly, but well enough. I mean, you can see that. When the game has like linear growth through 4 years, through the year, just linear growth, it's actually going up a bit. Like, yeah. You know the game is actually good. Anytime you see a graph like that as opposed to just like flat. Like I have a good buddy of mine. He made a game on Steam not long ago. Sadly, the graph he has is a bit different. Yeah. That's rough. That's rough. That is rough. Let's look at Path of Exile. It's too early to tell, but yeah. Yeah. Oh snap, I better put on some truth filters on. Otherwise YouTube's gonna freak. Alright, let's see. Equipment slot, item slot. Equipment slot, for example. Right. Tooltip content. I think this one is used to hide item tooltip, an item goes away. It's kind of weird to do it outside of a code. I hate this. It's like anytime you combine, you take logic away from your source code and put it in some data. Like I get why they do it, but it's almost like all these designers don't consider the nature of a human brain. You can't just like break everything in tiny pieces everywhere and then just scatter it and be like, that's a good design. Like, you just can't handle it mentally as a human. Just too much. Now, let's go back to basic elements. Where's the thing that draws item? Okay, I don't care about skills right now. Care about that. Care about this. What about localization? Oh, we can already handle localization, that's fine. That I can already do. At least it was working on my UI. This one already tested it. The basic standard for font already supports the languages I need. And I can just write my own strings as necessary. They have their own localization as well, but dude, the less I use of other stuff of other people, the better off. Dude, I'm like this close to actually just throwing away this UI approach and just going back to mine and just accepting that certain font is gonna look ugly. I'm this close, man. Just this close. This close. But just close enough, I'll continue to use this for a bit more. I need to build a little UI that shows nothing. There's no item there. Right, binding items. This is it. Uniform grid, yes. It's like, dude, like you would never know looking at this, but this is what actually shows items. And like this little portion here tells you what container to put them in. And this little thing here is what tells what to draw for each little item. Do I suggest you to learn shaded language at the beginning? What the hell for, dude? You want to jump into 3D, 2D graphics in the beginning? I mean, if you have the balls of... I mean, the question is, do you have the balls of steel? And do you have a lot of patience? Can you sit on the same problem for 2 weeks straight and make no progress? But you're just working at it. And then on the day number 15, you finally solve the problem. If you have that much patience, you can do whatever the hell you want. But yeah, if you got no balls, if you got no patience, sit back down. Because I've had cases like that, dude. Like the first graphical feature was implemented was something called screen space ambient occlusion. And that was just 2 weeks. It was just like black screen, no progress, no progress, no progress. No progress visually, anyway. But you can handle that, surely be fine. What happens if I just put another border inside? You should stop complaining. Stop complaining about every little thing. Right? Just don't complain. Just don't complain. Oh, there's going to be challenges like that all the time. The more you take on, the bigger things you take on that you haven't stepped up yet. Oh, it's going to be weeks of trouble once in a while. And asking for somebody else for help ain't going to happen. Ain't going to help either. Because very quickly you're going to run up into the area where there's literally nobody can help you. Like, literally nobody. Unless you pay somebody like obscene amount of money to help you out. Obscene. And even that is not going to help you. Because they'll just tell you to rewrite the whole thing and throw it away and do it again and just go study something else. There'll be really nobody to help you. Like for example, like this is a ray trace render. If I'm having some kind of issues with this, who do you think I can go help and ask to help on this? Who? You gotta be a man, man. Stand on your own feet. And if it's too much for you to fix it, then it's too much for you. Go do something else. Yeah. That's another thing. Like, if you just, I mean, even though, like, I noticed that when I was working at corporate world, as long as you know that there are like 10 people on top of you somewhere who just know more, it's very difficult to just not rely on that. On top of that, and the big companies, work at the big companies, are basically forced to rely on them. Because companies don't want you to just sit there for 2 weeks of no progress. Managers hate that. Oh my god, do they hate it. They're like, no, you're gonna have to talk to buddy. Go ask somebody, like a little bit of help. The problem is that it gives you like mental lobotomy and destroy you a lot of skills that you would develop otherwise. Because one of the big, I think the biggest skill is not figuring out new technology, new languages, new shitty languages, not new libraries, none of that crap. It's actually being able to solve problems. I think the biggest skill that like a senior engineer, senior principals have over everybody else in those companies is just because they can solve problems quickly that almost nobody else can in that company. That's like the almost primarily benefit. Like they can do some bullcrapping, but some kind of high level vision nonsense, but it's primarily about being able to like solve like problems. He's gonna look there. Oh, it's on. He like plays animation to punch him, but it's like, no, too close. Boom. That was fun. That's the thing, like most people out in the game industries, especially nowadays, part of the reason why everything sucks, everybody's getting fired left and right, is because most of them don't have ability to really solve anything. They're just like highly specialized to like one particular tiny area. And outside of that, they're just like, dude, it's completely hopeless. Which is why games taking so much longer to develop and they're just having to like lay off people who just can't afford it. Also wonder if it's partly because those jobs beginning to pay well. So you have like a giant influx of people who don't really want to do it. They're not really particularly into it. For them, it's more like a side hobby to pay a little bit of money, pay some bills. And that's what they do. Can you make that X-ray thing make Benty closest to the character? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm guessing you mean, can I hide this thing depending on the distance? Yeah. Kinda. It's hard to do to this guy. Like she will, if she gets close enough to the wall, it will hide, otherwise it doesn't. It's actually done using like a physical cast shape. Because it's not always clear that you want to might hide it or not. It kind of varies. Some of that, yeah, maybe. Maybe. It gets a little tricky. Maybe. Yeah, I know, I understand. Sometimes you may not need to hide that, maybe.
I need to dodge those.
Alright, you guys need to stop breaking my walls, dude.
Out of
Okay.
energy. I need more energy. Out of energy.
On this one, you want to see that wall. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. For example, kind of nice to be able to see if something's behind there. But yeah, mobile development, but the skill's a burden. Yeah, skill sucks, dude. It's completely useless. That's why I could barely do any studies in college, especially last couple of years in college, dude. I saw that everything was completely useless, and professors were just complete. Like, they could not implement anything in their entire life ever, and they were teachers. It's like, dude, just waste of time.
Not enough energy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we're just saying if you can't do, teach. If you can't do the work, you can go teach instead. And that's a lot of teachers that way. Oh, it did create whole frame. That's good. Oh, maybe I wonder. Or I haven't given up yet completely, so let me go do something else. Let me try something. I heard somebody say that those online courses, yeah, online courses for men is what OnlyFans is for women. Some men sell competence and skills, women sell beauty. Makes the stacks pure black. Yeah, but they sell the dream of acquiring their competence and their skills. They both sell a dream. The question is what's the essential difference between those dreams? Speaking of countries, reminds me of when somebody was saying they were from like Sweden or somewhere. I know I was trolling them by asking like, what's the difference between like Sweden and Norway, aside from different chocolates? Do the same thing like asking what's the difference between Bangladesh and India? Good luck explaining the difference to people far outside from that region. Good luck. Oh, I definitely can do it, and I did it. Definitely did it. Yeah, Subway, that's right. It's like telling the difference between Poland and Ukraine. Was like another example. It's like, dude, like good luck. Good luck telling the difference between the two. Indeed. No, there are some changes in here. I did. It's accepted, Alex. You're gonna be using this UI library, okay? It's gonna look good. You're gonna have to suffer for a little bit, but it will look better. Okay? Is it Oleg or Olex? In America, I go by Olex. I mean, technically speaking, official name is KS, but it's basically the same thing as an X. It's whatever, dude. It's whatever. I do like Olex because then it becomes easy. One time at work, I was given a nickname, and all you do need to add T and R to the beginning of my name, and that makes a Trollex, which is perfect. And somebody have done that too before, yeah, like Rolex, exactly. It's kind of like Alexander has different names in different languages. Like in Spanish, it's Alejandro, right? In Russian, it's Alexander. In Ukrainian, it's Alexander with an O. And a bunch of different variations everywhere around. There's also like a proper nickname, like everyday nickname, but it's only for people who actually speak Russian language. Otherwise, you cannot pronounce it well enough, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. Otherwise, it will sound like a bunch of girl names. Sounds rich, yeah. That's funny. My name is Rolex. Sometimes I actually say that. I say like, hey, my name is Rolex without the R. Just Rolex. There you go. Done that before. Let's try to at least match this part. So now I want to be able to hide these borders if there is no item in there. Judging by that, if I'm deducing this correctly, I can do some triggers and trigger Snowflake right here, right now. Let's see. Can I do... Let's see. I'd have to do border. It might be this. Only allowed in framework elements. What does that even mean, dude? What does that even mean? Am I going to rescale UI? Looks big. I'm going to do absolutely nothing to UI. It's going to look as ugly as it is right now. Nothing's going to happen to it ever. How about that as a troll answer? Part of it looks good. I mean, looks so big. I'm still figuring out the way the layout works right now in it. Image to source in your converters of calculator. Because like it kind of scales on its own depending what's there. So that's part of the challenge. Anytime you use a big new tool, you have to figure out all the kinks and exactly how to use it and so on. It's like, dude. Oh, the hassle. In fact, this even changes how big this is. Now you can lock all the sizes in, so it's not that problem. But we'll see. Right now I'm not gonna worry about that anyway. Yeah, it's Alexandra now, like in English. Sure. But there's like 20 different names of pronunciation of that name depending what country you're from and so on. Can't I add windows? I'm not sure what you mean by windows. But I do like grids. It definitely makes sense. Let's do call it day line. I need to add like a boolean here. Empty. Oh, there you go. Another pronunciation, different language like Turkish. Yeah. I mean, dude, Alexander freaking Concord have formed like the whole known world at the time. So yeah, it's gonna be spread everywhere. Maybe even India. Property empty. Oh, dragging windows seems like too much work. It just seems it's too unnecessary. Like you rarely need to drag anything around anyway. So it doesn't do triggers in there. Huh? Oh, it probably needs to be inside some kind of control template like this. Template dragged item. Template. Domination direction, dude. So always work with CMake. I mean, CMake is the best build system out there for C++ and for games. There's nothing else to come close. Would I suggest going to full CMake? If it's your first time, don't. Again, unless you get the balls and you get the patience. Like when I first started, I wasn't using CMake. I was just creating things in Visual Studio. It's a lot faster just to think around Visual Studio. Yeah. On the other hand, CMake is not that difficult. And if anything, it might be easier to use CMake Visual Studio. I don't know, it just depends on your patience level. Yeah. Americans sure love to donate everywhere left and right. They sure do. If at least they donated to cultures that actually like the Western cultures, that would be at least something, but a lot of Western donation goes to places that actually actively hate them. Pink. Tile. Right, so let's just assume it works the same way. Let's try it. Code item slots. Don't care as much about any of this. What's wild is that in the past, West has even donated oil production equipment to other countries and have had them before. Where basically they had Western companies go in there and build all infrastructure for the countries, and the countries then saying like, you know what, we're just gonna nationalize and take it all for free for us. And the Western countries were like, yeah, sure, it's yours now. Have fun. Like for example, look it up the history of who built all the oil infrastructure in the Middle East. I'll give you a hint. It was not the Middle Eastern countries that did that. It was Western and European countries that built all the oil infrastructures that now no longer belong to them. Okay, I don't think I care about any of this. Don't care. Some nasty ass color. Don't care about that. So much interaction. Trigger when contact. They use native event handlers. Not sure what you mean about that. Or just pointer calls. I don't even know what is native event handler. This just checks when a binding is a null pointer. I want to rewrite this to check if empty parameter of the bound object is false. You should use a data trigger. On a data trigger. Yeah, Millis was good during the dark ages of Europe, but then I gave up on that. Hey Murad, usually all those loop events or whatever, they're usually expensive as all hell and unnecessary, convoluted for no absolute reason. Just absolutely no reason. Just do a function call. Just call a freaking function, man. It's way easier than all that nonsense. It's been popular for decades. It's a complete mess. Data trigger, okay. So I can do data trigger. You're saying I can do yeah, data trigger. Well, it seems like it's a thing. So binding kind of empty is false, right? And if it is, then guess this is fine. Now once it works, do this. As a test. Item slot, control. I'm not sure. Just a type, it's not a key. And supposedly I can dump that in here. This is stretching the limits of my brain. It's a binding. I don't know. I think that's already implied. Think. Yeah. I think it's implied. Slot. Oh, how I wish there were like really tiny, simple examples as opposed to deducing things from big ass things. Let's get rid of this. Alright, let's see if this is anywhere in the ballpark of correct. The camera. Hmm. It did both, interestingly enough. Let's control the grid, the data template. Oh, wait a second, I don't need this anymore. Supposedly. It should just be there. Name. Was it that content name? No. I don't know which was right. Look, I don't need to say content. A 0. It's certainly funny. Actually, that's not a 0. That's a weird frame. Does not contain content still. So somewhere I'm saying content. Content. Right. Okay. At least I know how to do that. Actually, can I just do it like on true? What do I need to do to get hot reload working for this thing? Sort of would love to. Still not seeing the name, by the way. Yeah, where does it come from? Very slot. Where does the item come from? Binding item. I have a guess as to why, but just why? Okay, how do I do that? Profile configurations, NoesisGui. Sucks. I guess it's not a debug build. Resources. Project path. Oh, project path. I can do that. Set it. Because I really want to be at a rate without having to restart my application. It's profile. Profile. tvOS. No. Know what that means. Don't know what that means. It's the Vulcar, it's cracking. I'm seeing only profile supports it, but I don't see. This is the only profile I've seen, but it's not it. Profile. No, it says to enable by default too. Nice. Recovering from surgery. Yeah, it takes a while. That takes a while. Next few days to weeks is gonna be figuring out this new UI system. There's gonna be a whole bunch of hiccups left and right, left and right. Don't really understand what. But judging by this comment here, it's enabled by default, so it should be fine. Should be fine. Fight it, Alex. Fight it. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet on this UI. It's just not listening to the changes here. Love to be able to have it update live. Right now I'm having to restart my game every time I make a UI change, which is such a drag. Maybe the problem is because I'm using indie binaries. And I just need to snag them from here. Problem is the size looks so different. Native is decay. Could just snag this one, I suppose. Let's try it. Didn't really see different types of builds. So I'm kind of concerned. Oh my god, dude, screw you. Which one was this? This goes away. 7-zip, let's go. There you go. Jesus Christ, how much slower Windows implementation compared to that? Like, dude. What the hell is going down? Let's try to do this. Like, this one actually has a library. Oh. I'm concerned. I have concerns. Because it doesn't have an Oasis app thingy. Hope it's fine. It's all very weird and suspicious. Okay, it still works. The item name I was not happy about. Fine. Yeah, that's the one I'm modifying. But are you actually gonna apply the change? No, of course not. Does it need from this folder? Hey, a font appeared. Such a struggle bus. So that's good at least. I wish this was live, but it's not. Where's color? Crazy. Where's the font? I know there's a font somewhere. There's no direct color right away, huh? Have to go through styling. Oh, that broke the drag and drop. I guess that makes sense. Why is the text black there? Oh no. Content control. The GUI tool, huh? Yeah. You can use the same library in the U5 as well. Just that right now everything is a war. Spin up local path. Doesn't seem to care. Maybe I'm somehow not using the right type of API library. Dude, all big libraries are complicated as hell, especially when you try to customize everything 3,000 different ways and everything's a little gotcha. And every little nook and cranny needs to be done just right. So let's try to push debug symbols into it. I'll just try this for a moment. Although it's probably gonna not work. I'm suspicious. Yeah, it's not that it's so much complicated, just that there's like tiny steps, a bunch of unknown stuff. So I don't think any of it is complicated. Like if it was like a page describing all little tiny steps, it'll be fine. It's not complicated. Complicated is like writing like really complex shaders. That's complicated. Just figure out which toggles and things to move left and right is not complicated, just unknown. And you have to guess half the time to do it right. That is hardly complicated. I'm surprised text blocks doesn't have font color. Really? There's no color? Foreground. Jesus Christ, really? Why? Oh, I wish this was live reloaded. Really need to get it working. Where did this? Could do this. Who knew font color is foreground? Of course, why not? Of course it is. So now, control data trigger, just triggers, data triggers. Let's try that. Data trigger. Only allowed in framework element triggers. Guess I have to make it everything is a style, huh? Everything is a freaking style. I don't know, can I? No. Well, let me just see how it goes. I need to break soon because I'm actually really freaking hungry. Need more brain food. This hot reload though is a giant pain. Hmm. They even have a debug version now. So that works in a con. Oh, we have to do it this way. Does not contain property name content. Let's try this. Unvalued item C. Okay. Style. Content control. Style. Static resource. Oh, I put it on the border. Yeah, static resource style. Template local value. Key value. Yeah, key item container style. So I did get it. Defaults. Hmm. Oh, oh, oh. They may have done it. Can I say name my item B? Nationally, one of them should hide. Yes. After suffering for an hour, I discovered a method to hide part of the UI. Which means now, if you were to take this one, it should become invisible. Yep. Okay. And then boom. Yeah. Okay. Progress. It's tough progress to struggle, but we got it. If empty, and by default, this is not. Okay. Yeah. Could do now as a test. Just here actually on drop. Drop item. Runs. Oh, I need the source, which I don't have. X source, right? Wait, I do. You just don't set it to anything? Or drag source. I just marked that thing to be true. So it's now empty. And this is what delivered it to. Okay. Oh, I need to trigger the change in that too. Wait. No. This thing needs a matching thing. This right here, right here. This one is false, false. Then who sets it to true? Oh. Oops. Yeah, that happens later. Slow brain, slow brain. Excellent. Excellent. It's happening. And that I know how to do, so that's fine. Oh, that's funny because you drop it into itself. That's funny. That's progress. Right, where's my Discord? Question is, should I end the stream for 30 minutes for steak, or should I just FAK for 30 minutes and then come back with steak? That is a question. I need another steak for sure. Okay, let's Yeah, that's the way it was. That's the way it was. Except I want... Okay. Alright. Let's... Before I go to steak, let's make the drag a little less ugly. Drag item. Oh, this one can print out here. Interesting. It's cute. Maybe I just need to... Oh. Hmm. Photo background corner. What am I doing here that makes it weird? Photo brush. No, just do background. Water thickness. Don't care about that. No, radius 2. It says it's 8. What the hell is this? In case it's finishing. If I need any of this, actually. Okay. Where does that need to be at? Is question. A little lower. Hmm. So I get what's going on here now. Store drag item. Yeah. I need to do all this, honestly. Oof. Oh, maybe I do. Let's make a copy or not. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I need to do the whole. Yes. Just like that. Nice. Now it feels like an actual thing being dragged. Oh, what happened? The whole thing just locked up. Aw. Can start dragging items. Current source, empty, not empty. And you can drag. Nice. Oh. Oh, because there is no check on if it can be dropped or not. Right. Can drop it like it's hot. Right here. Right here. Yeah. The funny part, that's not even animation. That's actually just snapping to different size. This tool can do animation as well if you really want to. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. So return true can only drop it if like it's empty. Oh, I guess if you cannot drop, what happens if you cannot drop? Nothing. That's cool. We're going to make users agree to some terms and conditions. That's funny. That is funny. You're a funny guy. Yeah, I'm gonna have them agree to Steam terms and agreements. There you go. Whatever Steam requires. Let's see. So why? Now in their code, they had a whole bunch of extra checks to see if something was droppable or not. One can drop item. You can start drag. One drop item. This one seems to imply this one happens on that. I guess for now I could just do check in here. Actually, how do I check if this is actually a thing? Okay, can I just bail? Can I just bail? Although I do need to call updates on the thing. Maybe. I don't know, does this get cold? If I just drop it in the middle of freaking nowhere. It doesn't get cold. Oh, it has to be an and drag item, maybe? Is that what it is? Yeah. If your head is complicated, then it's working. I suppose. You can... Except it also applies to crazy people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, restore this. Drag source. If drag successful. Oh, is that what it gives me? Is that what it gives me? If drop was cancelled. Need to do a bunch of restoration. That makes sense, actually. Track source, empty, false, and unchanged. Yeah. Except all the items are gone. Need a new batch. I just wish Hot Reload was working, but I'm not doing something right yet. So I don't think I care about this. But I do care about on and drop here. Like, is this giving me true or false? Cool. So if I just, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, swap does not support it yet, which is fine. But now the item no longer disappears into oblivion and beyond, you know what I'm saying? Would technically be like... I do check if it's actually the type I want. You know what I'm saying? Type, get class type. How do I do that? I do that. Not even static one. That's lame. That is lame. Is it this? Or what? To check. RAM is of specific type. So far, ChatGPT has been pretty good on this, not gonna lie. Dynamic cast. Sounds reasonable. I tried Claudia, yes, and I did not like it. I hated it. Okay, so oh, this is on start. Oh, oh, and not empty. Tomatoes, what's up? What's buck cracking? Can't trust tomatoes because the fruits. You know what fruits do? Give you modern diseases. How do you avoid them? Do not eat fruits. Do not eat carbs. Eat meat like real man, like real humans. Not a modern crap of vegetable slop. Alright, so I need to check. Can I drop it or not? I'm good, man. I'm good. Just resting. Yeah. I'm just getting hungry and hungry because I desire that steak. I need to consume another 1.5 pounds of steak, which will make it 3 pounds total for the day. I can feel it. My brain needs energy. Even though I'm making progress. Right, so right now it doesn't let me drop on here. But to implement swap, and after this I go get steaks. And I'll be back after an hour after that. Let me see. See, on can drop item. Yeah. Where's dynamic cast right here? Right. If it's this, should just say true. Okay. So now it will just overwrite things and squash them like it doesn't exist. But now I can do implement a swap. Do the swapperoo. So drag source as a from. And then destination is this. Let's call it actually that. Destination and source. Right now I'm just wiping it out like it's nobody business. What do I do flipperoo? Do the flipperoo. So whatever's in destination. But this, will it swap? Will it swap? Oh, it swaps. It swaps. Now the funny part right now, this does nothing because this is purely visual for UI. I still need to connect it to the real thing, the actual item storage behind the scenes. Because the data is there, just not yet connected. Back in weird corners. Okay. Okay. That means I can also implement equipment thing here too. Although that one, I guess I could still do a grid actually. I'm not sure. It's easy enough to do it this way, but equipment has to be specific slots. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You know what? This is good enough. Implemented item, drag and drop, including swapping. This, I think, it also means like implement additional styling. So when you're hovering over it, it will highlight in a way to tell you like, yeah, you can just drop it because the drop will actually land there. On drag, enter. Is that it? Okay. Yeah. Then drag it over property. Probably doing something special with this thing. Ancha. Dude, no, just current document. No. I was kind of hoping they would do something with this. Where are you doing? Nowhere. But anyway, I shall need to return after you get some steak. I'll be back in like in a short while. But yeah, steak is a requirement now. But good progress. Good progress. It's not my project. This is my project. I'm gonna have to reach out to support to the library library and ask him help us setting up hot reload because that's it should be just working and yet it's somehow not working. You know what I'm saying? Is it? Let's find it a style for this. Could probably do something similar. To change when hovering over, but whatever, it's mine. Let's not do too much. There's plenty of other things to do. If basics are working, it's fine. Now, using items control, I can build a grid. From grid 3 by 3. That is fine for item inventory, but for equipment items, I want a specific layout. How do I do that in NoesisWPL? Oh, my dad needs to expose wrong column properties. Yeah, that was a double fail. First, the strongest player decides stays bored of playing classical chess because everybody sucks. Then next guy after that becomes strong and then decides to give up after a year. So yeah. Now next 2 years you're gonna have Gukesh being the champ because next challenge 2 years from now. Good luck. 2026, 2026. Canvas. And then expose wrong column, huh? That might be something. Alright, quick chess game to lose, and then off. And then off to cook the steaks. The dance of the night. I don't know what all that stuff was, to be honest. To be honest. What is this guy thinking? I don't want to play this, but I don't think that works. Very sad. Very sad doesn't work. But at least be a little bit annoying. Okay. Bishop is a pain. Probably fine. I mean, maybe I have time to play this. Somehow this has become annoying. Oh, to do that. Makes sense. But I just take... Okay. It's a little odd, buddy. That's an odd move. You just dinged that, you know what I'm saying? Just dinged it. Try not to ding it, man. So while I cook steaks, I shall think about how to handle equipment. Because right now I have like a star formation of 5. But it doesn't need to be like that in the beginning, technically. Technically. Maybe if I ignore that stuff entirely. Alright, I shall return. In greater numbers of more steak. Be back.